Love, peace, light, and blessings. So, family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome on in. My name is Jazz. If you're one of our A1 Day 1 subscribers, I love y'all. I miss y'all. Shout out to you, spiritual gangsters, you original souls. This is going to be messages from the ancestors. Let's tap in, so fam. Let's see what's good, what's tea, what the ancestors have to say to us for this weekly energy. I do have a download per the title. The power invested in me, in you, in us. I feel like the past couple of readings, it's coming out like periodically. Hello to everybody coming on in. What's up, Tyler? Welcome on in. It's been coming out in certain messages that we've been sharing. It's just like here and there. They just throw it in there. But I wanna dissect the power invested in me a little bit today. What's up, Dominique? What's up, Simone? What's up, Steph? What's up, Alana? Thank y'all for sharing space with me. Thank y'all for sharing love with me. What's up, Renee? What's up, Mystic? So, the power invested in me is the energy that I've been tapped into. And if I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with y'all, soul fam, that is something that if I had a fear, I would be afraid of. My personal life experiences have proven to me that the power invested in me, in you, in us is infinite. All right? And what makes it dangerous to me is humans' ignorance. So it's not like it's a bad thing, right? But if you have an atomic bomb, but you view it as an AK-47, that's dangerous, y'all. It's dangerous. It is. And that's why the power invested in me, in you, in us, it's coming up right now. I feel like a lot of you guys are getting glimpses of this power that's invested into the collective. And it's through life's experiences. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to really see how the Creator works. And it's through its creations. There is no man, there is no woman that has ever come out the sky yet to date that granted your wishes or answered your prayers. But there is a power beyond us, a source greater than thee, that invested itself into me, into you, into us, and said, whatever you need, tap in. Whatever you want, tap in. Whatever it is, come get it. And when you hear that word, invest, an investment, we don't put our money in places that we don't think that we won't get a return, right? We ain't out here just buying stocks off the strength of it. We ain't out here just putting our money in places that we don't see potential. There is a power greater than us that sees more potential than us than I believe that we see in ourselves sometimes. I read for a collective of black sheeps that are surrounded by motherfuckers that see your purpose more than you do. They're afraid of who you are destined to become more than you are, because you don't even see it, but everybody else around you do. Everybody else around you can feel some type of power. You are a fucking investment, a walking investment of source, infinite source. So there's never been anybody or anything yet to date that came out the sky and said, worship me. I'm the one that's on the other end of that line when you call it. And in this age of information, I told y'all, it's not about what you believe, it's about what you know. And I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. When it was time for you to get up off your ass, you moved your 2 feet. When it was time for you to apply for them jobs, you went and did the resume and put out the apps, right? When it was time for the interview, you finessed that bitch. When it was time to ask for help, you sought it. When you asked for help, maybe the divine worked through one of us and sent it to you. Nevertheless, it's powers that it's invested in us that I believe we don't see it for what it truly is. And that's just how God works through one another. So if you don't get up and figure it out yourself, God will align you with someone else who can and who will. So if I'm out here struggling in this arena, that's because you got me here. And you might be out here struggling in that lane. And that's because I could do that shit in my sleep. That's light work for me. I've been there and I've done that. And a lot of these ancient texts say that our gifts are not for us, they're for others. And that's because my gift is to serve you while your gift is to serve me. And if we're all tapped into our inner G, the letter G, our inner God, our inner goddess, picture humanity, y'all. If we all knew what we was here to do, and that's not serve ourselves, that's serving others, using whatever's invested in us to assist and to help others off the strength of knowing that if they tapped in, they're going to use whatever's invested in them to assist and help me in return. That's the cycle of life. That's the law of reciprocation, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. All these laws resemble each other for a reason, y'all. We don't pay attention to that universal law because we too governed by man's law right now. That's okay. We are in the age of information. It's not about what you believe, it's about what you know. We know that when the prayer came from us, the answer came through us too. So it's something inside of you that's you rubbing your genie every time you go to the altar, y'all. And we tapped in for our New Year's message for this year. You are the altar. It's some set up in the house. You can go worship at others, but the original altar is us. We are the altars. That's why even the ancestry and the 23andMe, you can't even get to anybody's origins without the mother. Why? Because we are all matter. And where do you see that word matter? In maternal, matriarch. We are all composed of the original womb man that was originally here. We have to restore this matriarchy, y'all, because the power is invested in whatever you can trace back our origin to. That's where the true power, that's where the original power at least stems from on this planetary body. And when you really think of it, patriarchy, it's like my America, my Canada, my UK, my Africa, because the man protects the family, but the woman protects the village. In a matriarchy, there would be a global system where everybody would understand that my gifts are not for me, they're for others. We would not have shit like world hunger. We would have world peace. We would not have shit like control and domination. We would have shit like equity and equality. And that's what they're afraid of, the restoration of the matriarchy, because that's where the true power originates. The power that's invested in us was once invested in one origin, one source. And to think of how big this multiverse is, and to think of how small we are in it, and that the multiverse and the universe as we know it is constantly expanding, you guys. Y'all know what the new image is of the J whatever telescope? I'm a nerd, okay? That shit is beautiful. That shit is gorgeous. With the infrared light that we were able to examine one of the first galaxies that were created after the Big Bang Theory, we were able to examine nebulas and far off distances. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, since they dropped them images, that shit really mind fucked me, because once you step out of Earth's atmosphere, you have something called light years. And you mean to tell me they aimed this motherfucking telescope in one direction and was able to trace and track back the expansion of the universe all the way to the Big Bang Theory? So we can look back in time as far as we want to go, but there is no direction they could have pointed that telescope to tell us what's to come. I'm mindfucked because time is even more of an illusion to me now. Even if they were to turn the telescope in a different direction, y'all, time only exists where we currently are in the present moment. So yes, we can look back and see everything that was created, because the universe is constantly expanding, meaning technically we should be able to see the extent of where it's going ahead of us. But our eyes, we're not even hardwired for that shit. Time. We're not even hardwired for that. So I'm here to tell you guys, there is no sky daddy, there is no sky mommy, right? And when we remove that rhetoric, when we remove that programming, we realize that all there is energy. We all, when we talk about the universe expanding, we're all a part of that expansion that's occurring. Creation is expanding to us and through us at the same damn time. So there, we have to, I feel like we box our creator in so much when we use these he, she labels, when we humanize our creator. This creator that created us ain't a humanoid. I promise you that much, at least. And I understand the power of belief and perspective, and that's why I even myself believe that if I am going to have any imagery of the Most High, it better look like me. So in my mind and in my heart, the black woman is God, because I don't want to feel inferior to anything while I'm walking this planetary body. If we got the same power invested in us, then my nigga, we equals. You know what I'm saying? And that's where beliefs come in and why beliefs are so powerful. So that is my own personal belief to empower myself. But the reality of it is, you guys, we come from an energy. And if you don't understand that energy, I feel like you can never fully cultivate a relationship without the understanding that it is not a male, it is not a female, it is not a human being that is your maker or your creator. I feel like our third dimensional perspective would never even be able to put into perspective what our creator truly, truly would embody, what imagery would be embodied. And when you release that to the universe, you no longer box your creator in. And I feel like you're more able to tap into that invested power within you. But sometimes it's our ignorance. Our ignorance is what disconnects us from our abilities. The lack of realization sometimes is what disconnects us from our gifts. And we have to deprogram that. Because we be boxing our creator, and we do. Racism does need to go to be destroyed, because the fact of the matter is, y'all, none of this shit exists. This is our ghetto ass earthly realm problems. None of that shit exists in the universe, in the real world. Not this world that we've been trapped into. This is a mind fuck. So that's why division is the root of all evil, if you ask me, because if we come from the same source, why are we separated? If this was a fight, we getting our ass whipped off the strength of us being as divided as we are. Unity is strength. That shit is on my flag. You hear me? Unity is strength. If this was a fight, we getting our ass whipped, y'all, just off the strength of them dividing us. Light skin versus dark skin. White versus black. Christian versus Jewish. What else they do? Male versus female. We are getting our ass whooped. Like we getting fucked up. If this was a fight, just off the strength of us being divided. So even if we wanted the same thing, you hear me? Even if I wanted freedom, and even if you wanted freedom, we couldn't even sit down at a table and begin to break bread to come up with the solution, to come up with the resolution, because of all of the implementation of systematic division. You hear me? I told y'all, man, it's a sight to see when the Moors and the Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam can come together and say, how do we free our people? Let's talk about this right here. Let's put all our resources together and let's bridge the gap of this divide. Because the white man do it all the time. You got the Jewish people sitting with the Christians making money. Fine. Perfectly fine. Because they got one thing in common, and that is to conquer and divide. So they not getting their ass whipped. They could put their differences aside. But what about our community? You hear me? Our community will never get, black people will never get reparations. You want to know why the Native Americans have their reservations and their reparations? Black people will never get reparations because black is not a nation. They have separated us within our own fucking community so far off that they will never have to repay us for their fucking sins. The Native Americans can get reparations because they are Native Americans. But baby, black is not a nation. Some of y'all think y'all African. Some of y'all think y'all American. Some of y'all from the Caribbean. Some of y'all from the UK. Some of y'all Canadian. But we will never get what's rightfully ours because we are not even fucking united as a nation of people, y'all. And the harsh reality of it is the Native Americans is half of y'all black people in the Americas. You mean to tell me they bought billions of our asses over from Africa on 3 or 4 fucking slave ships, however many there was? Make it make sense. Let's make this math real quick. Billions of us, packed like rats, chatteled. Billions. 4 fucking ships. I believe history shows that a lot of us came from Africa. But a lot of y'all was already here. And if you read Christopher Columbus' journals and what he said about the amount of people that was here and what he said about the thousands of people that died once they brought the disease over to this land, it was a lot of us already here. They did with what they had, and they went back to replenish what had died from Africa. So when we talk about the Native Americans and why they truly whitewashed the bloodline at the start of slavery was to prevent the original native indigenous people from inheriting their land. I'm live, baby, on YouTube. Sorry, I'm gonna call you right back. A lot of y'all have been programmed to believe that you are foreign to this land to prevent you from truly re-inheriting it. A lot of y'all have been programmed to believe that you are not Native American and something other than that, so you have no nation and can never get any reparation for anything that was done to your ancestors. A lot of this shit has been really, really broken into our minds, and I feel like the lack of identity within our community has a lot to do with the reason why we are still getting our ass whooped in this fight. We really getting our ass whooped in this fight. And it stems from honestly worshiping the gods of our oppressors, if you truly ask me personally. That's why you can go back 3 years and see I've been talking about that shit from day one. I feel like that is the root. That is the root that needs to be dug up. It's the worship of that God. Because if you really think about the mission of Yeshua was one of the OG witches. Yeshua was a magical being. Yeshua was also a radical. Yeshua was not sacrificed. Yeshua was fucking murdered. For walking around trying to tell everybody else, you see this power that's invested in me, guess what? You got that shit too. Now tap in. Yeshua hung out with people like me. The sinners turned saints. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Yeshua was a whole magical being, making shit happen that wasn't seen or heard of at the time because everybody was programmed to believe in everything else but themselves. And here came Jesus telling y'all, hey, cut that shit out. Believe in you, empower you. Let me show you how to do it. Let me put you on game. Let me keep it 100. He was not sacrificed. He was murdered by what would be modern day police in the Catholic Church. The fucking Vatican would have been the people who have murdered Jesus today. And when you really think about the story about the Hebrew Israelites had no land. Just like Christopher Columbus and them. They had no land. They were literally chastised. They were kicked out of Great Britain because at the time they were trying to create their own branch of Christianity and overthrow the original power. So what did they do? The white people kicked out their own fucking people. Just like the story of the Hebrew Israelites. They had no fucking land. And what did they do? They conquered somebody else's land. What story does that sound like, y'all? Christopher Columbus traveling with no fucking place to go, coming to conquer somebody else's shit too, right? It's truth to every lie and a lot of every truth. Y'all just gotta read that shit for what it is. But a lot of Christians don't read the Bible, and I think that's the problem. I'm sorry, y'all just seen 2 donations. Thank you so much for the $19.99, Helen. I humbly appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the $20 currency all around me. I humbly appreciate it, and I love your name. It's a whole fucking mantra. I love it here with you guys. But let's keep it 100 real quick. Those 2 stories sound very similar, don't they? Here go this Jewish man being worshipped by Christian people. Jesus was a Jew. But y'all want to know why they would never have Jewish missionaries in Africa? Because a part of the Jewish afterlife, they have to go to their God, and not only do they have to bear their soul, they get judged for their soul, but do you know what the Jewish God judges its people according? According to the works of the earth, according to the works of man. What did you do as a man while you was here? So not only do they have to go and say, hey, this is what my spirit lived out, this is what my spirit lived through, but they also have to say, this is what I left behind. You know why there's no Jewish missionaries, even though the Christian church stems from Judaism? It's because they don't want no fucking black people coming here thinking they got businesses to start and money to fucking make. They not fucking crazy. They don't want you to be Jewish for real, even though y'all the original fucking Jews. If Jewish people was real people. They don't want you thinking that before you leave this earth, you gotta create some shit. That's why the Christian Bible will tell you to have what? Hope. Hope don't pay the fucking bills. The Torah don't say have hope. The Torah say faith without works is dead. Now get off your ass and go get it how the fuck you live. That's why we ain't got no Jewish missionaries in our countries. They don't want you to tap into none of your royalties, none of your regality. They don't want you to do that shit. They want you to have hope. They want you to put it at the altar. They want you to pray on it. That's what they want you to do. I promise you. They tell you in the Bible to turn the other cheek. They don't even want you to fight back if you getting your ass whooped. They don't even want you to fight the oppression back that they putting on your ass. Why we ain't got no Jewish missionaries in Haiti, y'all? Why we ain't got no Jewish missionaries in Africa? They don't want us going back to God saying we started this generational wealth. We created this son. He taking over this business. We created this daughter. She just franchised this one. You sending me back through the portal. I got things to do. Send me back. Send me back. Let me finish up. They don't want us doing that. They want us to have hope. They want black people to have fucking hope. Where was hope during slavery? How far did hope get us and turning the other cheek get us during slavery? That's all I'm saying. If the math ain't mathing, we gotta undo some shit, some programming. We got to turn the other cheek. Hope. Okay. All right. I'm just here to tell y'all, man. Yeshua was us. That's why he was murdered. Don't let them tell you anything different. He was not sacrificed. He was murdered. They killed this man because he was us. He was a black sheep. He was tapped in. He was in tune. He was aware. And he ain't never want to be worshipped. His words exactly. He ain't never want to be worshipped. Power invested in me. If you don't believe me, let me show you. Now do you believe me? Because if we all tapped it, if we all doing it at the same time, they won't win. But if y'all got me out here doing it by myself, shit, we might lose. So now let's tap in, y'all. Let's all do it at the same time so they can't win. That was his, oh, man. Shout out to the ancestor, Yeshua. Thank you for that download. Thank you for that download. Shout out to the ancestor, Yeshua. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, ascended masters. Mother God, Father God, I ask that you utilize me as a humble vessel. Fill me up with divine love, divine light, divine lessons, divine blessings, divine guidance, and divine intuition for myself and for my beautiful soul family. I ask that you fill us up until we overflow, mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I shake for the ancestors. Aibo to my lineage. And Amun to the originals. Let's tap in soul fam. Ancestors, speak to our hearts, speak to our souls. What else would you like to say? I said what else because I just came off Patreon. Sorry, y'all. What would you like to say to the soul fam? What do we need to hear right now? Finding the path. You are the driver and the navigator. Come through. Confirm me. Let me get it. Let me get it. You are the driver and the navigator. It's nobody else in the driver's seat, y'all. It's nobody else with the GPS. I promise you, all that direction, all that guidance, all that game, all that wisdom, all that. That's you. I see us. I don't want to get too much about the Lionsgate portal because I just realized, you guys, I've been on YouTube for almost 3 to 4 years now. A bitch ain't never tapped into Lionsgate energy. And I'm infatuated with how the Egyptians broke that shit down for us. So I want to give us a good download. That's going to be my first Lionsgate portal that I'm going to do for us. So I want to save all the gems about the star system series and the correlation to how they even came up with the power behind the portal. But when I channeled how we look coming on the other side of this portal, it's almost like an acceptance speech, like we receiving an award. It's like an award ceremony. And all of us is just like, and I would like to thank me. And I would like to thank myself. And I would like to thank my energy. And I would like to thank my mind. And I would like to thank my heart. And I would like to thank my flesh. And because that's the realization, yo, who else is really out here getting it with you? Who else is out here making shit happen for you? Who else is out here making ends meet? Who else is out here getting up when they tired, you know? Who else is out here not being a victim? Who else is out here giving you the strength? I would like to thank me. Early mornings, long nights. I would like to thank myself. Real shit. On the other side of this portal, it's Leo energy, y'all. It's confidence. You know who got you thus far, and you were not alone. It was the power invested in you too. So this is not being cocky. This is being confident. You were not alone. Yes, shout out to me. Who else really did that shit but you? Think about it. Take a second. That's why one of my biggest pet peeves, if somebody comes to me, Jazz, can I hold $100? Sure. Let me go ahead and thank you, Jesus. Jesus didn't give you that fucking money. You better thank me. Even if that is your higher power, it still worked through me. The fuck? Thank yourself, collective, because as we find and navigate our path, we realize we always been the driver. We always been in the driver's seat. And we ain't never handing over these keys, because ain't nobody going GPS you like you. Ain't nobody aware of your soul path and contract like you are. And your over self, your higher self is. Don't nobody know it like best like you. Let's get this out the book. I would like to thank me. The fuck? Why wouldn't I? Me and the power invested in me. So there's a quote from Rumi. Doing as others told me, I was blind. Coming when others called me, I was lost. Then I left everyone, including myself. Then I found everyone, including myself. In the face of a challenging decision, you may feel paralyzed and not know what to do. It may be fear that keeps you from finding your way, or stress may block your ability to seek higher guidance. You may doubt your own ability and question the wisdom of your restless mind. Rumi comes with a message for you to guard against others trying to influence you. By staying centered in your heart, you can align with your deeper essence. This can be a magical moment to take a step toward creating the life that is right for you. The heart seeks solutions through love and opens the mystery of divine perception. You learn to trust the wisdom that is already yours. If you turn to your rational mind, you will be relying on a resource of limited vision. Dear one, your deeper instincts are often the right ones. You can rise above your doubts and uncertainty by learning to trust your heart. It is wise not to become too attached to the outcome. Make a choice and stand by it. Taking a risk is a part of life and a part of the human condition. Accept the consequences and know you have the ability to face them. The important thing is not to betray your commitment to your own growth and sense of well being. Our mantra is I am honoring and affirming my life by making a serious commitment to be the best person I can be. I will trust my heart to guide me in making my decisions. Ashe. Ashe. Let's tap in. I ain't used this deck in a while either. It's 333 on your clock. Shout out to the people in Cali. What's up, Terry? Tap in, ancestors. What else would you like to say to us? Speak to our hearts. Speak to our souls. What else do we need to hear? So a lot of you guys are just finding your way. I just heard Dory, just keep swimming. If you wanted to know what's expected of you, it's not all that shit you placed on yourself. I promise you, one of the expectations we have is to just keep swimming. What that mean? Don't give up. Some of y'all just need to get up one step at a time. If you fall into rock bottom, there is nothing else to fear because there's ground zero. There's nowhere else for you to go but up from there. So some of y'all just got to pick yourself up one step at a time. Just keep swimming, okay? Some of y'all need to just do the dishes today. Clean the bathroom tomorrow. Wash the clothes over the weekend. Get yourself out of this I don't know where I'm going and find your path. Just keep swimming. Baby steps. Step by step. The only way that these enemies, which is ourselves, win is when we quit. It's okay to be finding the path. It's not okay to not be in pursuit of it out here. It's okay to be finding it. It's okay if it's not found either. But it's not okay to stop the pursuit of it. It's not okay to give up on the journey. Yeah, she said I cleaned the entire house today. I got in that energy too. I did. I got in my bag today too. Ancestors, what else do we need to hear? Speak to our hearts. We got the cloak. Camouflage. Just heard I'm a thief in the night. Why did I hear that, y'all? What the fuck? Why I hear that? All right, so some of you guys, your ancestors are overprotective of you. Your spiritual team. They can isolate you at times, alienate you at times, and I feel like it is like a protection bubble almost, you know, that they keep you in, and that is to energetically make sure that your aura is not really fuck-wittable, you know what I'm saying? But why do I feel like it's time for you to take the mask off, collective? It's time for you to come out of your shell. It's time for you to remove the cloak. We want to see, or we deserve to see, I hear, what's underneath or what's been in the works. Because look at the chakra system. The chakra system is popping here in this picture. And I just feel like in the midst of your isolation, in the midst of your solitude, you've been doing some inner work. And that inner work, your gifts are not for you, they're for others. That's why a lot of readers can't read for themselves, but you can read the collective fulfilled, right? It's time to just take your camouflage. There's no need to hide anymore, y'all. Whoever feels this energy of, I could be myself only around this group of people. I can be 100 only when I'm by myself, maybe, or you gotta dumb it down for certain crowds and all this other stuff. Like, don't hide yourself no more. I promise you, you will be surprised to see how you contribute with your uniqueness. you'll be surprised to see how many people are actually gravitating towards something that is not regularly seen, the path that is less chosen. A lot of you guys have a path that is just less chosen, and you're choosing to walk that path that's less chosen. But guess what? You can't hide. You got to do it out in the open. You got to do it in their face. You got to put that shit right in their face. This is my message. I know. I receive it. You got to just... you got to... That's it. That's all. Ancestors, speak to our hearts. Speak to our souls. A lot of you guys are just camouflaging yourselves in so many different ways. Like, this could be in love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give enough when it's a whole reservoir. It's like a whole fucking, and you hold back, or you hide emotions, or you hide feelings, or you hide talents, you hide gifts here, you hide certain things, you guys. And I feel like if we are made in the image of perfection, who the fuck are we to question perfection? It ain't nothing that's invested in me that deserves to be hidden. Spanx, you confirming me, or what you crying for, baby? Like, we just came from outside. You just want to be seen. They say your dogs act like you. I swear, I don't even post on fucking social media like that because I'm such a hermit. He just want to be seen. Why is he so attention? He's like, what is it called? Separation anxiety or something. He see me giving y'all attention while I was just loving on him. And he like, are you taking too long? Ancestors, speak to our hearts. Speak to our soul. What else do we need to hear? Hold the space. I'm gonna get this off the book. I don't know what the druid is. What's a druid, y'all? Teachable moment. What is the druid? I can never find shit in this book. Oh, and I flip right to it. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. The Druids were the ancient wise ones of the British Isles. They had a deep connection with the earth, the sun, and the moon. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it is time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Your life will be a reflection of that. Ancestors, let's get one more before we clarify. We're doing decent time. We got 80 people in the building. We only got 78 thumbs up. I don't know. I just felt like I was being petty for them 2 thumbs up. But I humbly ask on your way in. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. So fun. If you find that my content resonates with your soul, my favorite card, yo. It's like 2 of these similar cards in this deck, yo. God's supremacy. Only God is greater than you. This symbol is often used in Ghana to reflect a person who is spiritual or religious. This symbol can also confirm an oppressor is not greater than you, as only God is greater than you. Y'all see why this is my favorite card? How many of us could really, really use that mantra on a regular basis? You hear me? Like, I just want to wake up and roll over and see a sticky note on my headboard that says, only God is greater than you. Like, I know that, but that's a good reminder. Because we just channeled on Patreon, no one man should have all that power. So when you see people hungry for power, control, domination, we are not the same. Some of us not bred like that, you hear me? To only feel like we are good when we are on top of others and others are beneath us. Not all of us got a colonizer mentality, you hear me? Some of us are righteous just because. And I think it's when you know that only God is greater than you. Meaning there is nothing to worship outside of yourself, nor is there anything to fear outside of yourself. I love this card. I really do, y'all. A lot of us are being anointed with God's supremacy. That's that power invested into us. It's the realization that if you want it, I got it. Tap it. If you want it, I got it. I swear, I could tell by the way that certain practitioners talk. Because after a while, y'all notice you don't say magic no more. You don't say, it's not even one of the words that you think about using. When you realize only God is greater than you, and you realize some of us have had experiences where it's just not magic no more because it works. How many of y'all got proven in this lifetime that magic shit works? So now what do we call it, y'all? What do we call it? That work. That's what we call it, right? That's what it becomes to the community. When you see one another, we don't talk, we talk in code. When we talking about these things, we don't even use certain verbiage no more. It's not, I don't recall the last time I said magic when I was describing that work. Because in this lifetime, it's nothing whimsical about it. It's nothing. I don't believe in it. I know it. That's that work. What work are we talking about? It's God's supremacy. It's the power invested in us. And I told y'all that's one of my fears because I know that it is infinite. Y'all know what I'm talking about, self-fame. That's why y'all laughing. When was the last time y'all really called it magic? Some years ago, right? It's been a while. That's not the first word that popped into your head. Let me go do this work. Because it work. Because it work. Clarify finding the path. You are the driver and the navigator. What is this path? What is this path that we're finding, ancestors? What path are we finding? We got the Empress. Oh, that's your royalties. With the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a wise little person. Very intelligent. And I think this is a realization. How do you get to the path of the Empress? You have to remember that you are not separate from what you are trying to become. The Page of Swords tells me that a lot of us see what we want outside of ourselves, but fail to see that Empress energy within us. We convince ourselves that us tapping into our fullest potential is so far-fetched. And I'm here to tell us that that stems from a lack mentality. So in order to find the path, you have to feel abundance while you're experiencing lack. You have to find gratitude in the face of adversity, because you will never become the Empress tomorrow if you don't feel like her today, y'all. won't. In regards to finding the path as well, a lot of y'all are being encouraged to use your sacral, tap into your creativity again. In order to get back into the driver's seat, there is a creative block that we're being encouraged to cut out. Clarify the cloak. What are we camouflaging right now? What are we hiding from? What are we hiding from? What are we camouflaging? What are we cloaking? Y'all gotta feel abundant while you are experiencing lack right now. Strongest soldiers energy. Y'all might be experiencing lack in love. You gotta feel like I am love right now. How the fuck could I ever lack love when I am walking love? Queen of Cups came out. Some of y'all are lacking finances right now. You gotta be like, I am money. Money love me. Money flows to me effortlessly. I am a money magnet. We have a beautiful bond relationship. We go on dates too. All that shit today, so you bring it in tomorrow. You can't wait for tomorrow, y'all. You cannot wait for tomorrow. We pulled the Queen of Cups. A lot of y'all been hiding y'all raw emotion, y'all true feelings here. With Judgment at the bottom of the deck. You're being called to show how you really feel. Clarify the Queen of Cups. What is she? Who is she showing this to, or why is she showing her emotions? A lot of y'all are afraid to be vulnerable. A lot of you guys don't want to feel gullible and naive anymore, because that is the position that you played the last time that you were vulnerable. But the reality of it is, vulnerability is a fucking superpower, man. And to those who take advantage of vulnerability, karma kisses them real nice. Don't never allow the time that it takes for karma to show her pretty face to make you think she don't exist. If vulnerability is your superpower, those who took advantage of it, karma comes see them. But that don't mean that you should rob yourself of being vulnerable. I feel like a lot of you guys don't like the energy, with the Hangman. A lot of you guys don't know who or what deserves your vulnerability. What's up, Capricorn? Introduce your shit. Welcome to the reading. With the Devil at the bottom of the deck, these are some past experiences with karmic energies that I feel like we're not deserving or worthy of that level of vulnerability from you, that level of your femininity here as well. And it is only in these safe spaces provided by masculinity that a real divine feminine can get real feminine. You hear me? We do have to feel a certain level of protection. We do have to feel a certain level of stability in order for us to truly embody that Queen of Cups, that divine feminine nature. It takes two to tango. It really do. And I feel like a lot of you guys camouflage your divine feminine nature because maybe you are not provided with safe spaces that make vulnerability feel like it's a superpower. You have been surrounded by spaces that make vulnerability feel like a weakness, make vulnerability feel like God damn. That's why the Hangman is out here. Y'all don't know what space you are allowed to just be feminine, to just be vulnerable, to just be free. So you just mask it all. You camouflage it all. You never allow that aspect or that side of yourself to be seen by many or by most, I hear. It is a very, very close-knit people or close group of people that get that version of yourself. And I'm here to tell the divine masculine, if you really want a horny bitch, if you really want a nurturing woman, what are you doing to ensure that? Because hard work don't get the pussy wet. So if your woman is not a stay-at-home wife, you cannot expect her drawers to be dropped every time you walk through the door. You can't. Because femininity thrives in safe spaces. And a lot of you guys have been hiding your femininity because the space just ain't safe. You want that full-blown nurture. You want that full-blown, let me cater to you. Okay? Make her feel safe. Make her feel comfortable to do all of these things. Because a tired bitch can't cook and clean and fuck and work too. She can't. She just can't. It don't work like that. It don't. Grandma and Big Mama and Sugar Mama and them was in the house all goddamn day. They didn't have shit else to do but keep it right and keep it tight and keep it nice. Yes, they was greeting you at the door, taking your shoes off. They had lingerie on. They was ready to throw it back. Yes, they was. Because a tired bitch just can't be horny. The math ain't mathing. The divine masculine is learning how to activate the divine feminine's femininity from the inside outward. And it's the energy. It's the energy, man. It's a give and receive. It's a reciprocation. It's a pick up where I fall short. It's a help me, my nigga. Help me. If we teammates, throw me the ball. Catch my shit when I'm slipping, you know? So it's not about gender roles anymore, okay? Because it is truly about equality. But a lot of divine feminines are not being feminine, and that is your superpower. Don't hide that. Hold the space. Clarify, hold the space. What are we holding space for, ancestors? Why is the druid here? What are we holding space for? Nine of Pentacles. This is holding space for yourself. With the Hermit. What's up, Virgo? Introduce your shit. Welcome to the reading. This is a season where you get real selfish. I just see you showering yourself with attention unapologetically. I feel like you deserve this. This is long overdue. You're holding more space for yourself. You're giving yourself some type of undivided attention. There is no distractions. There is no outsiders. There is nothing external that you personally right now feel like deserves more time and energy and effort and attention than you. Me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. Y'all holding space for yourself right now. Y'all putting yourself first. Finally, you put my love on top. I just heard Tamia. And the name is me. And she loves me more than you'll ever know. And I finally see that loving you and loving me just don't seem to work at all. Okay? I like this. This is putting yourself first. Self-love is the best love. When you hold more space for yourself, it really domino effects into your external relationships. So the reason why some of us were bad lovers is because we didn't care about ourselves. We didn't love on ourselves. The reason why some of us attracted bad lovers is because they was just trying to hold up a mirror to things that you refuse to see. So we are presented opportunities to hold more space for ourselves. Ultimately, this is going to domino affect every other aspect of our lives because it's only the capacity that we hold to see, to hear, to love, and to believe in ourselves that we get to do that shit for others too. So some of y'all wasn't feeding yourselves good food. Some of y'all wasn't sweating the flesh. Some of y'all wasn't waking up with enough time to even start your day properly. Some of y'all wasn't going to sleep at nighttime getting enough rest, but then wanted somebody to come in and treat you good. You weren't even treating yourself good. Some of y'all wasn't cleaning the room up. Some of y'all was falling into a depression, but all the while you want somebody to come save you and treat you good, and Spirit was asking you to save yourself first. Do it one step at a time. Clean the room today. Feel like you accomplished that. Get up tomorrow and cook yourself a good meal. Feel like you accomplished that. I'm just telling y'all, for those who have fallen, that's the place to be. Just find the ladder. That's the place to be. You start one step at a time. Start pouring into yourself one day at a time, one step at a time. Start knocking off some of these lists of things to do that done piled up on your ass because you ain't realized how long you probably been sitting like that. We all been there. Judge a fucking mother. Because she been there too. Do one step at a time, y'all. Before you know it, you're going to be tackling 2 of them things a day. Before you know it, you're going to have the momentum to tackle it all. Take it all on at once. You just got to get back up. So you crawl before you walk before you run. You hear me? One step at a time. Clarify God's supremacy. It's okay to fall. What Donnie say? Every saint is just a sinner who fell down and then got up. What's that 3 of Cups? I like to see God's supremacy being clarified by the 3 of Cups. I'm just saying, you know, we work for the divine. That's all. That's it. That's all. So when I see God's supremacy, I feel like we got a reason to celebrate. It might be the Lionsgate portal coming up very soon. I told y'all the congratulations speech. I want to thank me. I want to thank myself. Cheers. Cheers, collective. Let's pour up. I wanna thank myself. The fuck? We come a long way. We did that shit. It's a reason to celebrate. The power invested in us got us through this shit show that we've experienced over this past 2 years. We didn't do it alone, but we did it with a shared power, and it was invested in all of us. And we all chose to tap in, and now we're gonna have a reason to celebrate. Why we chose to do that, why we chose that journey, why we took that path here with the 2 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The world is our oyster. On the other side of that portal, I feel like. I'm excited to tap in with y'all for Lionsgate one time for the one time. I've never done a Lionsgate reading, and I'm like, yo, I fuck with that energy so heavy. Why have I never jumped on YouTube to share some time and space and love with the family? Maybe it's supposed to be this year. I don't know. Ancestors, speak to our hearts, speak to our souls. What else would you like to say to the soul fam? Close us out. Closing message. Do I want to use this? Lately, I just feel like I'm guided to close with this deck all the time, and now I'm getting. That's that Virgo and Gemini shit. When I say we get bored, we get tired real quick. Our attention span, we share that mercurial energy, man. It's like when shit stops speaking to us, we pull nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel and take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. I just seen the couch, and I feel like a lot of you guys have been in your recovery position. Whatever you've been recovering from, don't stay there longer than what you're supposed to be. Know that that is a time and a space and a place for you to get yourself right. Sew yourself up. So you're not out here walking around with open wounds and then wondering why you get infections 3 months later or whatever. You think you healed, but then here come the infection. Because we need to sew ourselves up. Go nurture yourself one time. Go give yourself the time and the space to really, really do what it do. Because you need to set aside time to heal. I know society don't tell us that, y'all, but we do. We all out here fucked up, and don't nobody want to admit this shit but the spiritual community. And that's why they look at us like we fucking crazy when we out here telling us mentally we all out here fucked up. We've been the age of Pisces. You're talking about 2,166 years of subconscious abuse. Our spirits need surgery. We need fucking soul surgery. We got to get back right with our understanding of who we truly are. We done gave our power away, and it only takes 3 generations for that shit to hit. You mean to tell me we had 2,166 years of the age of Pisces? These motherfuckers said, give me your mind. It don't belong to you. You are forever my slave. furthering my paradigm of power, control, and domination. And here we are, little old humanoids. If you are the original humanoid, what the fuck is power? What the fuck is control? Why can't we all be free? Why can't we all share the land? This land don't even fucking belong to us. How about it? How about it? None of this shit do. How we get here from nurture? Remind me. How do I be taking a hard fucking right sometimes and I just be lost while I'm channeling. I never know how I connected the dots, but I never know. I really don't. I never really know how I be connecting these dots, but just nurture yourself, man. Set aside room to heal. We got a lot of shit to unpack. And when you unpack one thing, here come the next. It's another rabbit hole that presents itself to you. Get comfortable with jumping down a rabbit hole. Know that there's a never-ending rabbit hole. Healing is not a tournament. Healing is not a competition. Healing is a journey for a reason. You just need to pace yourself. Bitch, if you want to run today, go for a fucking hike. If you want to tiptoe and baby step tomorrow, it is your prerogative. But healing, I don't believe there's a final destination to it. So we gotta set aside time to do this. We are all unprogramming ourselves. We are finally in the age of information where this shit cannot be withheld from us no more. Who we genuinely are, what we genuinely are. Nurture yourself, collective. Go lay up on the couch with your favorite bowl of popcorn, your favorite ice cream, put on your favorite TV show, binge watch whatever you like, put on your old childhood movie. Y'all already know what it is, Disney Plus all day for me. I'm about to go watch The Proud Family. I don't know, my inner child just wants to see Penny Proud. I don't fucking know. And La Cienega, and Dijonay, and the fucking Gross Sisters and shit. I just want to tap back into my inner baby, my inner jazz, you know? I send y'all love, peace, light, and blessings. Until next time, soul family, if you would like to join us on Patreon, please feel free to do so. If you would like to check out the spiritual shop, I would be patient because the Florida water is definitely on the way. It's still sitting out in the sun, just brewing perfectly, changing colors and all that shit. So I guess it's getting stronger and stronger as the sun keeps charging it. I'll probably bring it in on Sunday, though, because that'll make it a few weeks now. It don't need to be that potent or that charge per se, but I would give it some time because I really don't have shit available. But I think energy candles, self-love oil, that's about it. So I have some work to do behind the scenes, most definitely. Just be patient with me because a bitch birthday next month and I want to be ratchet first and then get back spiritual. Balance, baby. Balance. If you would like to book a personal reading, all that information is down though in the description box below. I love y'all so, fam.